Hey guys, just wanted to say before this video goes, before this starts, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. All of you guys have been commenting. Um, it's so awesome. The reactions I've gotten so far, it's so cool. It motivates me so much. It makes me want to keep doing it. So please, yeah, I hear you guys. I'm gonna answer you in the comments. I already have a lot of you, so go check it out. Let's talk. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. This is Maybach Emblem von Alphagene 2. And yeah, Kollegah, as you see, standing on some mountain. Let's let it play out a little bit. So we see finally waking from his nightmare, like he was in, you know, the last videos. Mit der Gun unter Kopfkissen. I guess that's an Alphagene Nummer 1 reference. I don't know. But I know he said that he said so many times, about, Kollege, der schläft mit der Gun unter Kopfkissen. Yeah, I think it's some Lamborghini Kickdown from King. King of Rap, Lamborghini Kickdown. Spritze bitch with champagne in the VIP lounge. King of Rap. And then something in the before the hook, he's like, "Took me the Kopfkissen." I don't remember the words exactly, but yeah, let's go. Lichtgestalt, this is Kollegah, Lichtgestalt wie Malaikas. Reference to Alphagene, the intro from Alphagene 1. Malikas, this means angels. Angels in Arabic. And Lichtgestalt für die Amis means literally Licht, light, Gestalt, like präsentiert, present, like shining light. Like he's saying he's coming. Lichtgestalt wie Malika, wie this angel, I guess, in religious writings. He's back. He's saying he's back. I'm here to fight the evil. Here comes finally a glimpse of life. But yeah, don't read into it too much. It's just like he's paying tribute, to his first album and his first intro with Alphagene. Wegen meiner ständigen Skandalen sieht man Menschenrechtsverfahren wie in England auf den Straßen. Okay, so let's go literally. He's saying wegen meiner ständigen Skandalen. Ständige Skandalen. He's obviously referring to this little scandal he had, which made it all the way to the New York Times in America. Which I guess that's global news, where he mentioned in JPG 3, dass seine Körperbau mehr definierte als ein Auschwitz-Insassen, something like that. He said he's like my physique more defined than Auschwitz camper, Auschwitz prisoner, which I'm not Jewish, I'm not German, so like I does that offend me? No, but is that wrong to say that? That's the debate, and I think he's pushing the limits, and that's what he does, and that's what all rappers do. And then it became a really big debate about Künstlerfreiheit, artist freedom, like freedom of speech, being able to, because like the people attacked him, and he, there was this big thing at the Echo Awards, which is kind of like it's kind of like BET Awards, like we have here for American rap, and he made a big statement, and like it was a big deal, and like everybody freaked out, you know. So that was like kind of a big scandal last year. I mean, that was a while ago, honestly. He even already talked about that on Monument. But so he's saying because he mentioned this like these like war crimes, he says sieht man Menschenrechtsverfahren. That means you see people all of a sudden with human rights. They start acting on with like human rights. You know, they're all of a sudden they're defending human rights just because of his scandal. So he's saying, you know, look at the waves that I'm sending out. My words have like carry so much meaning. People take it so seriously. And then he says, wie in England auf den Straßen, which means obviously if you split up if Menschenrechtsverfahren is one word, right? So if you actually separate the words that are used that are compounded to make that word, you get Menschenrechtsverfahren, and that literally means people, right side, right, driving. And it's not until you put it all together you get the human rights thing, but separated you get driving on the right. And he says, wie in England auf den Straßen. So he's saying like people you in England you see people driving on the right. They're driving by. Menschenrechtsverfahren. So yeah, it's a clever wordplay. You know, but like he's still bringing up his scandal, which kind of tells me like he's kind of, I don't know, like doesn't have much left to talk about. I hate to say it, you know, but I mean I don't know. I mean I personally don't care. He can rap about whatever he wants. I like the sound. I like his like character and attitude. That's kind of what I listen to him for. And also like he always uses like these words, you know, that I've never heard before. You know, he's like teaching me new words, so that's exciting. But yeah, for here, he's already talked about this in Monument, so it's like he's still talking about it a year later. As I don't know, but it's a good wordplay, but context, whatever, you know.
Hier könnten wir im Endeffekt einblasen, denn mein Garten hat die Maße von 4 Tennisplatzanlagen. Als ich sagte, ich will Gold gehen wie der Star Wars Roboter, war das weissagend wie Marco Konopka.
Als ich sagte, ich will Gold gehen wie dieser Star Wars Roboter, das war weissagend wie Marco Konopka. So again, this is quite a lot to pick apart. So we know, ich will Gold gehen. Als ich sagte, ich will Gold gehen wie dieser Star Wars Roboter. He says, as I said, as he's referring to Alphagene 1, as I said, I want to go gold like this Star Wars robot. And in the rap industry or in any music, going gold means you achieve a certain amount of like record sales, which is I'm not sure on the number exactly, but it's a big achievement. You know, as a new rapper, which he was at the time with Alphagene Nummer 1, he wanted to go gold. You know, and I believe he did that. He didn't do that until Joppigate 2. And then he says, wie dieser Star Wars Roboter, nochmal ein Star Wars Referenz, der Kollegah der Boss. Er verdient wieder meinen Respekt in der Science-Fiction-Community Gesellschaft. Ich liebe dich, Kollegah. Aber so, he's saying, ich will Gold gehen, wie dieser Star Wars Roboter. C-3PO, right, from Star Wars, he's this golden robot, you know, but as we see in the prequels, Phantom of the Menace, Anakin, when he's just a boy, actually builds C-3PO for the first time, and you see him before he's gold, you know, and that's kind of like you could see this like the timeline of C-3PO. Eventually, he becomes gold after some sort of like damage he receives in something, I forget, when they rescue Anakin off of I think he's from Tatooine, you know. and then he brings C-3PO with him, and then he finally gets gold armor or gold shell, the gold shell. So he's making it big time, Kollegah wants to make it big time, like C-3PO getting his gold. Also, album sales. Now, second part of the line, das war weissagend. That means that was foreseen, like weissagend means like, it literally means like weiss means like knowledge or to know, and then sagend means said. That was like knowingly said, like he predicted or he prophesized, which is a theme that we're gonna see a lot in this album. He talks about how he's prophesizing this and that, and he says, das war weissagend wie Marco Konopka. Okay, so who the hell is Marco Konopka? I had to look this up. This guy apparently used a fake name to talk to Vice magazine. Now, was it a real person or was it just Vice magazine writing their own bullshit? I don't know. But Marco Konopka, in this article, in this interview, he said all these like bad things about Kollegah's alpha mentoring program, and then yeah, that's annoying. He's just like, why? Who cares? Like, he's saying all this bad stuff. He doubted the programming. He said it was shit, and Kollegah's like firing back, and he said, das war weissagend. And now he's tying in the last line, das war weissagend, like how he predicted the future with him going gold. But also, again, if you split up weissagend, Weiss is a homophone with Weiss, because in German it's with a W, Weiss, Wissen, knowledge, or Weiss magazine with a V, I-C-E, weissagend, like that was said to Weiss, wie Marco Konopka. And yeah, and then he actually continues on.
Missgünstige Fotzen sind inbrünstig am Haufen. Ihre Tricks könnten mich stoppen. Ich stieg Drogen an den Spaß vom Weiß-Magazin. Will zwar kein Heroin, aber Weiß-Magazin.
He says, ich tick Drogen an den Spaß von Weiß-Magazin. Will zwar kein Heroin, aber Weiß-Magazin. Again, wordplay with Vice magazine, but this time he said he doesn't want. I sold drugs to this loser, and he must like he didn't want heroin, but obviously he just wanted cocaine, because when you say that Vice magazine, we already know that's like also Vice magazine. That's what he wants. He's saying like, maybe he sold drugs to him and whatever, crossed his back or stabbed him in the back or whatever. And then, but also, Weiß magazine, literally, Weiß, like white, mag, like mögen, aber ich mag, Weiß mag, oder sie mag ziehen. Ziehen is like slang in drug terms for like to sniff, mag ziehen. So he's basically saying, anyone who's writing an article like this, they're a junkie. They use drugs to say something so stupid. And he does it in such a clever wordplay. I think that's really well done, this line. And then he goes further. Alright, so this line, I had to ask one of my German friends for this, because I have no idea. I said, I didn't know, doch, landet im Korb, means like lands in the basket, but it's like Redewendung, it's just something you say, just like raining cats and dogs in English. In German they say, landen, es ist in Korb gelandet. That means like it lands in the basket, the wastebasket. Like whatever it is, it's just like, it's not important. It just comes and lands in the basket. You don't even think twice about it, Like stuff you get in the mail. that you don't need, you just throw it out immediately. He says Robert Geist, Robert Geist's Anwaltsteam. So he's talking about Robert Geist. He's like a pop star, TV star in Germany, and apparently ex-signee Jigsaw, who used to be with Alpha Music Empire, he's not with him anymore. He said something in a song about the daughter from Robert Geist, who it was like sexually explicit and seriously like gross and offensive, and then she was like 17 or something, or 16. She wasn't even, she was like a kid technically. So that was, yeah, not cool. So the guy tried to sue him, but Kollegah's like, yeah, whatever. He's sent me this letter, but it landed in Korb, like doch landed in Korb. And then he says, wie Ballonpassagiere, Passagiere, like literally like a hot air balloon, when you have your passengers, Ballonpassagiere, they literally land in the basket, because you put them in the basket so they can fly, so he's playing with this little phrase they use in German, and it's not, it's not literally when you say it in German, it doesn't really mean that literally, but he says if it were to be literally, it's like, talking about the air balloon. It's kind of funny. Overall, I like the sound and the beat, the flow, everything. I mean, this is a good song. It doesn't touch Valhalla or Alphagene lyrically, but it's a good start. I think it's a good intro. And he's pushing hard his Maybach Emblem. I guess you would call it a trope, because he's used it with Alphagene 1, so he's tying it all back together. Like we're starting where we left off with Alphagene 1. And he's so mad. Look how angry he looks. I love it. Guck mal die Rockart. Großes Rockart wie G-Modelle. Oh. Kriminell und breit gebaut. Ich gehe zu McFit und mach aufkreuzen wie Priester or something. I don't know. How many references? How many meta references can we make about his back? But yeah, man, he's fucking huge. Oh. Okay, this one. Ich baller los auf Afro-Trap-Künstler, weil ich höllischer Bock hab, wie der Baphomet-Junge. So, ich baller los. Now, I don't know if this is an indirect diss to Mero, because obviously this guy had like, go on YouTube, go on YouTube. I'm not gonna look. I don't want to give him another view, But he has like freaking 50, 60 million views. It's probably more on YouTube, Mero, and with the song Balalos, which means like I like let it out, like let it boom, like let it bam bam, like basically referring to a gun, but you can also refer to other things. It's slang. And he's saying Ich baller los auf Afro-Trap-Künstler, which until this song I never heard the term. So I'm assuming he's talking about, because he always talks about these types of rappers, and he also goes further into detail with the next line. Ich baller los auf Afro-Trap-Künstler, which means he's like gonna start shooting at these stupid rappers. And then he says, weil ich höllischer Bock hab, because I have hellish tendencies. Höllischer means like hellish, from hell. And Bock means like zum Bock haben. Ich hab Bock auf irgendwas zu tun, or like you. When someone has Bock, it means you're in the mood. You know, you just like you have this feeling you want to act on it. So he's saying, so to review, he says, I'm going to kill these rappers because I have hellish tendencies. And then he says, wie der Baphomet Junge, which I had to look this up too. It's like from like old Renaissance period drawings of this basically this boy with a goat's head, literally a goat's head with horns and everything. It looks like the devil, and apparently the Baphomet, he had the struggle, ein Kampf zwischen gut und evil, and basically he's saying he has this struggle between good and evil, but he's letting the evil win in this instance, Kollegah, like the Baphomet Junge. But he's not done there. Bock, when you have Bock, right, we said it's like you're in the mood, the head of the Baphomet is a billy goat, a goat. And in German, a goat is Zeigenbock. So, kurz gesagt, Bock. So, ich hab höllischer Bock. Like, ich hab höllischer Bock. I have a hellish, you can also say, I have a hellish goat. I have just like hellish goat. Therefore, I'm killing everyone. You know, it's so good. It's so good that he's bringing this Baphomet. You know, I have never even heard of this. You know, hence why we love Kollegah. So yeah, really, really, really awesome line.
Auf Afro der Künstler, weil ich höllischen Bock hab wie Baphomet Jünger. Rapper tanzen jetzt durch Berlin im Stringtanga. Verzweifelt, denn sie brauchen mehr Lied wie King Arthur.
So, and then he says, so again, this is, we're still talking about the Afro trap Künstler, which apparently it's all these lean rappers, the drip rappers, you know, which I don't hate them. I like their music. I like songs from UFO or UFO, whatever his name is, and I like Luciano, UU44. She comes off Berlin. I don't know if you would include her, but basically he's saying Rapper tanzen durch Berlin in Stringtanga, like they're dancing like in the Congo line, you know, together through Berlin. Now, and then he said, verzweifelt, denn sie brauchen. Oh man, this is so hard to explain. So the first line, he's saying they dance through in the little line. You know, this is direct shot at this whole scene, this little micro rap scene, which is pretty big now. Actually, I shouldn't say micro, where they all have very similar beats. They all say the same things, and they all talk about the same things, and it's like they're like clones, you know, and the way that they act, it's like, you know, you would think that they just follow each other like this in a dancing line, and he's also saying like that would be, that's just like they one does one thing and then 500 more follow, you know, the trend, and so he's saying they're dancing through Berlin because that's where a lot of them come out of. And then he says, verzweifelt, which means like confused, or no, verzweifelt. That means like unsure, like doubtful, like unsure, you know. And then he says, denn sie brauchen mehr Lean wie King Arthur. So let's literally. We'll go with denn sie brauchen mehr Lean, because they need, so they're all confused, dancing, following each other, because they need more lean. Lean is the drink, you know? I promise that's not what I'm drinking. They need more more lean, which is the mix between like codeine and promethazine and soda. This is like what they all drink, you know. They all get high and write their stupid text. And then he says, wie King Arthur. So you say, oh shoot, go back. Denn sie brauchen mehr lean. So Merlin, the wizard from this King Arthur story, where King Arthur pulls the Excalibur from the rock. And now, if you know in the story, which I still had to do some research because Kollegah's always one step ahead. This King Arthur was a boy, and he couldn't pull this thing from the stone, you know, so he needed help from a wizard. And Merlin was the wizard, and he did some magic nonsense, you know, and then the little boy pulls this thing out that nobody else could pull out. So what Kollegah is saying here, they're all of these trap rappers, they're looking for the answer. They're looking for the answer for the Excalibur, which would be like, you know, the riches, the success in the rap genre. And he's saying they all think the answer is in drinking the drugs, but also that's to them, that's like their magic, you know. But it's in this case it's not working. That's such a good line. That's such a cool line. The fact that he's referenced Baphomet and the Merlin and King Arthur, so cool.
Merlin wie King Arthur, das ist was für Schwuchteln. Ey, was für Schwuchteln, ihr seid es unfassbar wie Ascheklumpen. Baller euch der Uzi auf den Tigermuster G-Strings. Neben mir weckt dem Jungen wie Schwiegermutters Liebling. Ich lass Bleikugel regnen und check in Müttern DVD Best-ofs der Bleikugel regen Zeitlupen-Szenen. Hobbyfilmer-Shit, ey, ich geb ihn in der Bonzenvilla dick, weil sie auf Blasen stehen wie Comicbilder Schrift. Zu viel
So, I think he's talking about, he says, he talks about, he sends the, like, best of DVDs to the stepmother or something, and then he says, Hobbyfilmer shit, like, it's just, like, some, like, homemade videos, what she's referenced in other songs, and he says, denn sie steht auf, Blasen, wie Comicbilder Schrift, because she's, like, a fan of, or she likes blowing, so I sent her these videos. But then he says, wie Comicbilder Schrift, and in comic books, you know, they tell stories with the pictures, and in the pictures they have speech bubbles, and these speech bubbles in German are called Sprechblasen. Kurz gesagt, nochmal kurz gesagt, to put it shortly, Blasen. So he's saying she likes to tell stories, like with these homemade videos, I guess, you know, because she's into Blasen. Doppelbedeutung, Sprechblasen, Schwanzblasen. Es ist all dieselbe, offensichtlich. So yeah, another good double wordplay. I mean, wordplay, double play, whatever. Okay, this one, there's an okay line, only because he's already said it so many times, you know, like in the intro from Monument, Orbit, he says, ich mach die Scheibe wieder rund wie Galileo Galilei, like, in this case, he's saying, ich mach die Scheibe wieder duster. Duster means like dark and like sinister, like not happy, you know, because he's saying zu viel Bodybuilder shit, zu viel Bodybuilder pics, zu viel alpha, like, so he in the last couple of years he was doing a lot of motivation stuff, like happy, uplifting things, you know. He's saying he's gonna go back to the roots with the way where he started, you know, how he got famous in German rap with this like violent, rude, naughty text, you know. So ich mach die Scheibe wieder duster, and then he says, and also Scheibe is like disc. It means CD. Scheibe means disc, and then he says wie Sonnenfinsternis, and so as we know, Sonnenfinsternis is solar eclipse, in the solar eclipse, the moon, passes between the sun and the earth. And as a result, the moon casts a shadow on the earth and creates there's quite frankly a dark disk. So duster disk, but you would say dunkler disk, dunkle Scheibe, oder dunkle Schatten auf die Erde, but he has this double wordplay again, double meaning. I gotta stop saying double wordplay, it doesn't make sense. It's just wordplay. So it's clever. I'd say it's clever, but he's used it. He's already used it. With Galilei, and then he's like, was die Ball flach davor, so wie flat earth or something. He likes to talk about this astronomy thing, which no one else does, so who cares? Let him do it,
Ihr seid alle Fotzen, sagt ihr wollt mich boxen. Ich komm in eure Stadt, es ist keiner zu sehen. Weiter will mich stopfen, die Antwort wird eine Bosse. Wird impliziert durch das Maybach Emblem. Schlafe mit der Gun, ein einsamer Weg. Brüder werden Feinde, sie kommen und gehen. Am Ende alles Fotzen, die Antwort wird eine Bosse. Wird impliziert durch das Maybach Emblem.
And to summarize the hook there, nochmal wieder mit breit gebaute Rockart, Kollegah der Boss. To summarize the hook, basically, he's saying, ihr seid alle Fotzen. This is pretty straightforward in German rap. And then, it just means you're all little. I don't even. Man, this word. I'm telling you, this word in America is so bad. In England, they say it like it's like hello, goodbye, like hallo Fotze, auf Wiedersehen Fotze. Like in England, they love this word, but in America, it's so bad. It cunt, you don't say it here. It's really, really not a nice word here. But for the sake of explaining, that's what it is in America, or in German too. So ihr seid alle Fotzen, and then he says, I sleep with a gun, and he says, enemies, they come and they go, nothing can stop me. I predicted everything. I stayed strong through all of this. Summarize. He's talking about his song. Like all of this stuff was against him. He had to defend himself in this scandal, this human rights scandal that everybody accused him of being anti-Jewish and all this and that. And so, really good opening to the album. I would say everybody go listen to it. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's good, it's good, but by his standards, it's just not good enough. He's done way better. So, like I said in the beginning, I'm a little disappointed. I'm still gonna listen to it. I'm still gonna look through some songs, pick some apart. I saw Yayo, and Asha is on YouTube, but it's okay. I don't know if it's worth it. I want to move on to other artists. I know some of you guys suggested some artists in the comments, so I'm going to look into that. There are a lot of artists that I really like and that I want to do videos on for a while. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. The song just plays out. There's nothing. Basically, he's back, so to speak. But yeah, thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Ich danke euch von tiefem Herz. Seriously, this is so cool that you guys are supporting me like you have so far. This week I'm gonna put out another video, I promise. So please have fun with this one. Comment, like, subscribe. Keep looking out for my Instagram. I'm gonna put a link. And yeah, guys, thank you. Alles klar, Boss. Wunderbar, Boss. Ha, ha, Boss. Auf Wiedersehen, Boss.